What's up? Welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with a review of Full River Red, the new blockbuster film from China, from Zhang Yimou, the illustrious Chinese film director who really needs no introduction, one of the most prolific directors from China in the history of Chinese filmmaking. I think probably most well known to Western audiences for stuff like House of Flying Daggers and Hero, but and he's made a million movies. He's been super prolific for so much for decades, and against all odds, this is his highest grossing film of all time, Full River Red, which, as of the time of recording, has grossed $672 million worldwide to be the number one movie of 2023 thus far. Kind of surprisingly beating out The Wandering Earth 2 at the Chinese Lunar New Year box office battle earlier this year. People weren't expecting that. And honestly, I think it's for good reason. I thought Full River Red was a blast. I thought this movie was really awesome, and I quite enjoyed it. I also reviewed The Wandering Earth 2. I also reviewed Hidden Blades. This is actually the third of the New Year releases, blockbusters that I've seen. It's really fun that these get small releases in the US, and I'm able to check these movies out. And Full River Red, when I saw it, had a packed theater once again. I think people that are in the know are really excited when these movies kind of get released in the US. So it was really fun once again to kind of be in a big crowd for something like this. But yeah, let's just get into it. So I think Full River Red is a lot of fun because it's a period, like historical period drama film, period film, sorry, set in like year like year 1000, basically the Song Dynasty in China. But it is like a suspenseful thriller movie mixed with a comedy, a slapstick comedy. So it is both incredibly like edge of your seat, like twists and turns, lots of deaths, what's going to happen next, whose side is everyone really on, all of that stuff. And then just really fun jokes and humor. And also really great period detail, an awesome score, and a bunch of great acting. It's kind of everything you want from a movie. If there's one issue I have with it, I think it's a bit too long, and the ending perhaps gets a bit convoluted by the end. There's a lot of twists in this movie. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a lot going on. And maybe it gets a little too far at the end, but overall, I think it's a really fun time, and it really starts to suck you in as you understand what's going on and starting to see those metaphorical battle lines and who's on what side. So I think it's a real big blast. Your two stars really would be uh Zhang Da, played by Teng, the Chinese comedian, and he's kind of like a recruited like soldier underling character, to Sun Jun, who is like a commander at this battalion. And of course, Sun Jun is played by Jackson Yi, the Chinese idol turned actor, who I thought was really good in Better Days, but has since become a huge star over in China. He was in the Battle of Lake Changjing movies, for example. And we're kind of set at this one compound for the whole movie. Really, it's only one location. We're at Qin Hui's home. He's like the Grand Chancellor, played by Li Jian. And basically, not to get too deep in the plot, but yeah, the Song Dynasty and the Jin Dynasty, they're kind of like rivals at this time in China. And there's a meeting between representatives of the Jin over at this Song compound. Someone gets killed, and then a letter gets destroyed. Yada yada. People trying to figure out who did what, who's on what side, and everything takes place over the course of a few hours in this one location. And there's like really funny moments where like characters will be marching through like the corridors and the halls to like go do something and go talk to someone else or go arrest someone else in the compound, and the score will blare with this not period detail at all, like female wailing, and it's like really funny, really awesome. But other than that, it's pretty grounded in like of the time. And man, I think just like the way that kind of like unravels as you meet like more characters. Like you have Zhang Yi, who's a pretty big actor in China. He plays like Chancellor Li, not a chancellor, but like a like Deputy Li. He's kind of like an underling, like bureaucrat character. Him as well as Wu, who's played by Yu Yunping, who's like another bureaucrat guy. Those guys are really funny, and like, are they good? Are they bad? You kind of like you switch your sides and your feelings, and there's times where like the tables get turned on various characters, and like it's just a really good time. And then I think like this the second half too, like more layers get unraveled, and you encounter Zither, who's like a dancing girl who's in the compound, played by Wang Jiayi. And apologies for these pronunciations. I think she was really great performance as well, and just everyone's kind of allegiances are like really fun to be with in all these twists. I think the movie kind of like doesn't quite end for a while, which is like my one like gripe with the movie. But overall, I just really enjoyed my time with it, and I just thought like the laugh lines are like really funny. Like I think like there's some like incredibly funny stuff here, and then also like really moving stuff when people die and you learn like what they're fighting for and stuff. Are they good? Are they bad? Like there's kind of equal measure of humor and drama in this, in I think a really enjoyable way. And at the end, yeah, it's about the creation of this poem. Full River Red is the name of this historical poem, and it's kind of has a nationalist, patriotic vibe as you might expect. And of course, a lot of Chinese movies have that bend these days. But I mean, it's just kind of grounded in what the movie's about. I don't think there's anything offensive or over about all that. It was I think it's a great time, and certainly worthy of all the money it's made. I think it's awesome. But let me know, have you seen Full River Red? How did you like it? Have you seen the other Chinese movies this year that I've seen as well? How would you compare them? To me, this is my favorite one I've seen. And for more movie reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.